Welcome back. We have in the studio our next guest. To my immediate left, Miss Marlene Neptune. She's a volunteer for the cultural component of the Prue Music Festival. That's just around the corner. And to her left, Miss Yana Kaniger. She is the chair of the steering committee for the Prue Music Festival. And we're basically doing an update this morning. Good morning. Welcome to you both.
Good morning.
Well, Marlene, it's the first time we're having you in this capacity here. So just tell us what is your role and what exactly you will be doing in the festival.
Yes. As part of the festival, we're trying to revive our culture, our indigenous culture, and so Yana approached me to assist with that. And so we're looking to include the schools and trying to make that connection between our older performers or entertainers, or dancers, or music, art, craft, that kind of thing. Right. And we're trying to more or less get the students to understand who they are as Grenadians, what is theirs. So this is a trust to get reconnected with who we are as Grenadians as far as our culture is concerned. And that's the capacity in which I'll be helping and working with.
So you're actually working with groups. I want to make sure I understand it clearly. You're working with groups to teach them the different aspects?
Schools. So we're getting persons around the island who already are knowledgeable aspects of our culture and have them come down to the cultural village or the festival village and inviting schools to come in. So there they would witness these different things, or mass, and be educated on it, or visitors. And so we want it to be an area in which we can transfer, so the children would say, wow, this is ours, this is what we can do. And those seniors right now, many of the persons we trying to contact, unfortunately we hear someone say, this man from St. Andrews, he was really good at playing the quattro, but we find out he's passed. So that's the tragedy of it, and why this is so very important, that we get them while they're there and try to pass it on to
that knowledge. Definitely. Yes. Great. So Miss Kaniger, we're just about 3 or so months away from the event.
79 days. Exactly.
Okay, you haven't known to a T. So how are plans coming along right now?
First of all, I have to say I'm so grateful to find people like Marlene, who have so much energy and enthusiasm, knowledge, contacts, networking, to bring additional color, additional value to this 6-day event. And I must tell you, we've been speaking here, I reminded me, Leslie, and it was 2014.
Yeah.
And then probably it sounded quite preposterous with what we came up. But we are on track. The whole program, 13 foreign bands are invited. We are now booking the flights. That's 93 people. But then we have more than 100 local artists involved. So all these programs are away. We are now in the process of putting together actually really the whole program. And one thing is, like Marlene, I mean also our volunteer base is getting bigger and bigger. More and more people are excited about participating, taking on one little, I mean this is a little bit a bigger thing. Marlene is together in a team with Debbie Mason. She's responsible for the whole vendor thing, to bring vendors, craft vendors also to the village. Gerlinde Seupel, she's very much into the whole recycling, upcycling situation. So we will have a lot of products there where people see what you actually can do with garbage. You can really produce new products which have a value on its own. So that will be all a part, especially these 2 days on the Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
We are on track.
You are on track, great. There is a feature called Disposable Permanence. Is that what you just spoke of briefly?
No, that's art. That's actually green art. We cooperate with Malaika, a Grenadian artist, and she's Malaika Brooks
Smithlow.
Thank you very much. Just too many words. And she's now since many months there to put together a concept, and actually she goes into the production situation of a installation. Which will be wow. We want to produce wow effects. Yes. On another level than craft. Craft is something, it's you see it, you buy it, you place it, you use it. Right. Art is a little bit on another level. Has to knock you from your feet, has to bring you to think, oh, why is it like this? So she's reflecting with her installation about the nature as such, and of course all the garbage and everything we are actually throwing into the sea and littering on the floor. Like any plastic bag, it takes 600 years till this stuff disintegrates. It just doesn't go like biodegradable stuff. It goes into the earth and then you can reuse it like composting. So we try also these 6 days with the schools, with the audience, to be a little bit more aware of what we are doing with our nature.
Right. So what is the overall intention of the festival at the end? What would you hope for?
I mean, I'm pitching this from the beginning, the visuals. It's, in the end, it's four things. I mean, as I said from the beginning, Grenada needs more visitors. So we had to come up with a festival and with a program which attracts people, which someone would say, yeah, I travel even to Grenada to see Joe Stone, or I to Grenada because Angelique Kidjo is there. So this is definitely, it has to be on an international level, and the whole organization has to be on an international level, which means, for example, the shows will start on time.
Yeah.
So we have to fulfill with the whole organization the expectation and experience of people who come from outside. The second thing is we are developing the local musical talent with it. It's a non-profit organization behind it. So should there be any profit, it goes into a foundation, and then there will be a proper program what we can do. Already the such is something which develops the local musician. They get exposed to different genres of music. They have the opportunity to get exposure. They have opportunities to I mean, we push them a little bit. They have to come up with original songs. You see, so I think, and the musical, the artists realize this. So there is more movement, more things happening, getting ready for this event. And then there is, during the whole event, there will be workshops. We are that some of these artists agreed not only to come and play on the stage, but in the morning or in the afternoon, we will have a small group of musicians, and they can listen or see what actually the big brothers out there are doing, or how did they learn the piano, or what did they do to play saxophone, exchange about experiences in the big world of the musical industry. So that, for example, will also take place.
Oh,
so that's the second, sorry.
Right.
The third is going green. This festival will be on a high green level, so we are exploring no styrofoam,
Right.
for example, only biodegradable, no plastic, so proper recycling stations. And the fourth point is, like with Marlene and others, we want to create ownership, so we have a huge base of volunteerism. The festival is employing so far only 2.8 persons, you see, not even 3, and all the rest is contributed by volunteers, which we are very, very grateful. Otherwise, our budget would be up through the roof.
Of course. Marlene, you,
Yes.
I realize that as Ms. Kanaga said, you're excited about this and all that with the energy. What do you think, as she just outlined some of the points, but you personally, what do you think this whole festival means for Grenada?
I am really excited about this, Lesbian. I think the possibilities are endless. For example, with the going green and the upgrading, it would be an educational experience for the students.
Right.
You know, so I picture us sending packages to schools, social studies class, history class. There's so many things that can be done with, as far as the workshops are concerned. We have the musical workshops, but we're hoping to have workshops where students would learn to make the Apache boat, the headpiece,
Yeah.
or make the face piece for the Wild Indians, or the shortneys, for example, you know, or the vehicle feet, the shoes, and so different things, different aspects of our mass and culture. We'd have opportunities for them to take pictures and dress up in the different costumes or masks. So they would take, again, ownership. This is ours, and the vision here is that it would be lovely if through this or after this, in every parish, you have drummers, you have musicians,
Right.
you have persons who would be able to assist in developing the culture, in dancers and singers and so. And that is only going to speak well for Grenada.
Great. Ms. Kanaga, let me come back to you. Although people may know by now, let's just go over the venues and who are some of the big names we can expect at the different venues.
I mean, we start on Tuesday, on the 5th of April, and there the lead act is Angelique Kidjo. She comes from Benin. She is singing, playing really energetic music. And before her is Estelle. I mean, Estelle is more for the younger people, boy, you know, so she's also a great performer. Actually, her father is a Grenadian, so Estelle is actually inviting her parents to stay for 10 days. So she will be coming just for 3 days, but her parents will staying for 10 days. So you see, we're creating actually also excitement for the artists. And we have also a small group, which we call the beautification group, because we want to spoil these artists. They are used, you know, they perform in New York, they perform in San Francisco, in London. They are used to spend time on really big level. We can't really deliver everything, but we will try from the moment they set foot on the soil. They will be spoiled, they will be pampered, they will get to see and to feel and to sense what Grenada is all about. But you asked me about the program.
That's
So,
okay.
Angelique Kidjo, Estelle. Then we have the artist in residence going gospel on Tuesday. Stanford Simon is also one of the volunteers, and he brought together now 10 gospel singers. We have an artist from outside coming earlier, and now they're already exchanging songs. So there will be a very special program for gospel on that evening. And then we have Sabrina Francis opening the evening. We will have also a nice opening ceremony. Then on Wednesday, we have actually the very exclusive concert on Calvini Island. We have some tickets left. It's a jazz night. It's a very exclusive. The ticket costs 700 because it's really, nice drinks and food concert. Then we have Zara McFarlane from UK, very, very nice jazz singer. We have Eddie Bullen, a Grenadian who's coming from Toronto, and Andy Norrell, the steel pen player from New York. So that will be this package on Calvini Island. On Thursday, we have the floating concert in the Carénage, Rock the Boat, which will feature the Phoenix, the local band, and then we have Eric Pédurand, who is a jazz, Caribbean, soul singer band from Guadeloupe, and we have Madison Violet, folk singers from Toronto. And then we come to the grand weekend, which is on Friday, presented by Westerhall. It's our reggae night, and that's Steel Pulse from UK, Etana, Jamaica, and Jesse Royal. And on that evening, we have the local band Jomo and Gilfie also performing. And Saturday is rhythm and soul and rhythm and, yes, probably something like this. It's Joe Stone. So our big headliner, together with the British collective, 5 great soul singers, and they are actually backed up by Soul Deep, because they are traveling without band, and Soul Deep has now the big opportunity to cooperate, to play with really real professionals. And that's Jomo and Gilfie opening there. And Sunday is the Grenada Pure Vibes, a purely Grenadian program with 9 Grenadian soca and calypso artists like Mr. Killer Jamu. Then we have Tolpree, Keturah George, Valena Ned, Lunix, Electrify, Rootsman Kelly. Yes, all these names. So that's the program.
Great.
The musical program.
So, but will there be some sort of exposure still for those who did not, the locals who did not make it onto the big stage in and between the festival?
Yeah, I mean, you see, there are probably, for example, we have the Founders Club. 53 Grenadians, thank you very much, agreed to pay 3,000 EC to help us in starting funding this. We have 53, so that's already a success story within hopefully successful music festival. And we meet once a month. And there we have all this music. So we are sort of, and we invite, for example, next Monday we are doing this, and then it's Crystal de la Guerra who will accompany it. So we have to create opportunities to play, and that's what's happening. Or the bands can go on VFM to talk about their background. So they get already now, months before, they get additional exposure. And it's not only about getting the exposure, also sort of learning how it's done and the whole experience as such. For example, not to be... Okay, that's another story. Okay, another question.
All right, so I know there was a motorcade sometime before.
Yeah,
just
there will be another one.
Okay, that's what I was about to get
there
at.
will be, I think, somewhere beginning of March. We have now every week we are somewhere. For example, yesterday we've been with SGU because new students came, so we informed them. Then we have now till end of January actually a promotion running, which is 3 ticket main stage for only 160 EC. So whoever thinks to go on three evenings, and you see, people have to think about taking a couple of days off. On a festival, you are not going only for one concert. On a festival, you go at least to 2 or 3 because you have it there all together within 6 days. So please put in your holidays, make yourself available, and go to 2-3 concerts. So that's a promotion we have right now.
Great. So the tickets are being sold online, right?
Not online, but we have ticket outlets like Grenadian Optical in the Spiceland Mall, like Licks and Bites in Guelph. In Sauteurs, it's Filbert's Brothers and Petit Dance Hotel. In Granville, it's the Nayax Lotto, and then also at Le Phare Bleu. So it's when you go on the website, so there you find all this information.
Definitely. All right, anything else you want to add before we wrap up? I'll start with you, Ms. Neptune.
I just want to encourage persons to see this as an opportunity. You know, if you look at it in that way, it can only get better.
Of
you know, we're
course.
starting. We want a really nice festival, and it's something that's going to be showcased in Grenada, and we could make it into such a great thing. But this is just the beginning. So the persons who know that they are talented, wanted to reach out to us and say, you know what, I can help in this way. You know I some students who are really good at the Mokojambi stills or really good at ballet, whatever it is. Let us just put it together and make it a festival to remember.
Definitely.
Get some new money coming to Grenada.
Of course.
Thank you very, very much.
Ms. Gallagher?
Yes, so please support it by, I don't know, going on the website, subscribing to the newsletter, being on our social media, just to be informed and get into this excitement, which Marlene also is experiencing, being a part of the whole thing. I think we are creating this togetherness. It's really something else next to the carnival, something big on the calendar for all of us together.
Great, and that's the 5th to the 10th of April, right?
5th to the 10th of April.
Great, thank
And
you
there
so much.
also the 2 concerts in the parishes.
Yeah, we are also going for the 3 concerts to Guave and Grenville on Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. We have been speaking with Miss Marlene Neptune. She's to my immediate left, a volunteer in the cultural component of the Pure Grenada Music Festival, and to her left, Miss Yana Kanaga, no stranger to the studio by now. She's the chair of the steering committee for the festival, which runs from April 5th to 10th, 2016. And as she mentioned, it's all about getting more people to come into Grenada at a time when it's relatively quiet. So just ensure that you book your space, because it is going to be a very wonderful experience. We take a break. We'll be right back.
January from 4 p.m. the official opening of the Grenada Athletic Stadium.